I forgot to do the Trek Talk intro, but hey y'all, we're here. It's Trek Talk. We're live on twitch.tv/ Calling Up Justice and YouTube, Claudia, Alick, and Calling Up Justice. And we're here for round 2
Yeah.
of the uniform Trek rank. And I'm gonna throw it to our co-host, Luticha André Doucette. There we go. I did it the right way. To explain how we are judging the remaining uniforms on this. So
All right.
you go.
We have been through so many, right? And a lot of them had 20s, like across the board. It's a little too much, just a little too much to do a good rank.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to have some different criteria. So round 2 shifts the lens from wearability to visual impact. And so the 14 uniforms that we kind of pared down earn their place by succeeding as functional garments. Now we ask a different question. Do they succeed as images, right? Screen presence, color intention, cultural iconicity, and in universe distinctiveness are the 4 measures. A uniform can be perfectly constructed and completely forgettable on camera. So round 2 finds out which ones actually landed on screen and inside the fiction. All right, so we've got 4 categories as per usual. Our first one is screen presence and has the core question: does it read well on camera? Does it photograph with authority? Right? So the low score means it washes out, blends into the background, or looks flat on screen. We're looking at you, a certain movie that tried to be Star Wars. Commands the frame, looks intentional and distinctive on camera at any distance is the high score. So that's what we're thinking about for screen presence. Then we're going to do color story. Is the palette intentional and effective? Do the colors mean something? So a lower score is going to say it's arbitrary color choices, muddy palette, or colors that fight with each other with no clear intention. A high score is a coherent, purposeful color palette that communicates something about the era, institution, or identity of Starfleet. Right? Next, iconic factor. Would a non Trek person recognize this as a Starfleet uniform? I think that's real key. Like we as Trekkies will recognize something, but would a non Trekkie
Yeah.
recognize
Yeah,
this?
definitely.
Right? So again, low score could be from any generic sci-fi property, no immediate recognizable Starfleet identity, to a high score of instantly readable as Starfleet, even to someone who has never watched Star Trek and part of the cultural lexicon. And lastly, does it stand out in the universe? So within the world of Star Trek, does this uniform distinguish itself from everything else in the room? So low score blends in on a ship or a station with mixed crews. This uniform would disappear into the background. And the high score would immediately command attention within the Trek universe. When this uniform walks in, you notice. Okay. This is what we're working with. And always it's a scale of 1 to 5, which is the win is a 1, a 5. 5 is the high score. Cisco.
The Cisco.
Cisco. Okay.
So
Any questions in chat at all? None?
none? Y'all with us? Hey, come say hi. I know you're in there. I know you're in there. Now, we had 24 last week, and we actually knocked off 10 of them, which is, I think, I was actually surprised because
I was surprised
we
too.
were like, as we were judging them, I was like, oh no, there's so many high ones. And then once we went through them, it was like, okay. So I think we did pretty well. So let's start with our new first one, which is the film uniforms from the second movie on of the original series crew.
Right.
So, um, the red burgundy, maroon jackets, the mock turtlenecks. Let's let's go to the criteria. Let's think about the criteria on this. So, screen presence. What do you think? Oh, hey. Hey, Neurospicy Network, you are there. You
Hey,
haven't
Rosemary.
watched this show, but you are curious about what you're going to see, and there you are. Oh, that is gross that they make you watch a commercial. I
And
shut off
not
the
even a
commercials.
commercial about us? Like, that's terrible.
That's terrible. I don't like that.
Sorry.
So 1 to 5 on, does it read well on camera? Does it photograph with authority? Now, I'd say yes.
Yeah,
It
I'd say
took
I
the
would agree.
note it took the note from the motion picture, which was just beige, white, gray.
And some weird blue periwinkle
Girl,
something or other.
well, like, sort of the color of the mock turtlenecks that are on, Uhura and
Yeah.
Chekhov and the Doctor. Um, yeah, they took the note and they were like, "Okay, no one could see, no one was enjoying this."
You were trying to be something you weren't. You are Star Trek, not Star Wars, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
okay to have your own brand identity, right?
So
It's okay to be unique.
I would give this a full 5. This
Same. I would give
commands
this a
the
five.
frame. And the color story. So, um, I so for the color story, is the palette intentional and effective? Do the colors mean something? They're all the same color. Like, it took us a minute to realize that the mock turtlenecks were that there's like gold ones and white ones, or like they're beige, I guess. There's like beige ones and then the periwinkly gray ones and then white
Yeah.
ones. And also, I don't know what they mean. So
Maybe like
I don't think it feels like an like arbitrary color choices. Um and colors that fight, so that, like, I feel like that's like
I would say a two, just because it's saying something, but some of these colors are
yes.
like blending into their skin tone. Where remember I tell you, I was like, are they naked? I don't. It's it.
Well, like for Sulu, it practically blends right
Yeah,
into his neck. It's not a great look. So I can agree on a 2.
yeah,
Now, icon factor. I mean, would a non-Star Trek person recognize this as a Starfleet uniform? I
yeah,
think so, because this was for a very long time, because the TV series ended in the 60s, and it wasn't until the 90s that there was a new TV show that was made,
yeah.
or 1989. But so this was Star Trek. Like, when
Exactly.
this is what they wore for, I'm going to say, the majority of our young lives. So yeah, that's Star Trek. I think that's a 5.
When you're setting the tone as like the original, right? That also is a standout in and of itself because you're the
Yeah.
first to be trying something new. And,
Mhm.
that is always something really good to do. So, yeah, I would give that a five.
Yeah. Now, does it stand out in universe? I mean, no one else wears those uniforms except for them.
Yeah, this is the only time we're seeing this outside of the dress uniforms.
Well, so we see this type of uniform on not every Star Trek, but no, almost every Star Trek, not Enterprise,
Not
but
Enterprise.
but there's but for a while they really liked doing flashback episodes to
Yes.
this era. And they would have, because they loved bringing George Takei back, frankly.
I don't know if like a flashback kind of counts as much, right? For asking, does it stand out? But when you saw those flashbacks, you could say you recognize that it was because of the uniforms that they were wearing.
Right.
So
They're
I
like,
think I kind of,
they were like,
this is the
oh,
past,
this is
and
definitely the 2280s. This is the 2280s. Like,
yes,
this is
and we're
where,
like, we believe you.
because that's all the Star Trek we've seen. So, um, 4?
Or
4. Let's say 4. I don't know why I'm nervous. Why was I nervous about that? I was like,
I don't know.
oh
You're
my
like
gosh. I was
very.
like I was going to say the wrong thing. Like, oh no, man. What if everyone on the internet gets mad at me?
We have to have the courage of our convictions. So
I know. Like, we are judgy
we are
on
judging,
purpose. That's
on purpose.
that's why we are here. All right. Well, let's get to the next one on our list, which, so we took off a bunch here.
We did.
We took off all of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Everything with Star Trek: The Next Generation is gone, except for one, the movie. But so now we are at the beginning of DS9 and Voyager for the full thing, their standard uniform of the color panel, similar to what I'm wearing now. Oh
Exactly.
man, if I wish I had one of those gray exercise shirts. I do have a gray t-shirt underneath. So I could kind of like do like this. Does it? I don't think it reads. What do you
We were
think?
just
Internet.
saying that she looks like Jordy's niece, and I look like Guinan's cousin.
There we go. Like, I'm like, "Hey, there now. There's my Star Trek pajamas." This is my ideal Star Trek uniform, which is
Pajamas.
pajamas with my headband. It's like, this is, and sleeves that roll up like Mariner.
And
I
I'm
do
in
like that.
pajamas, right? Because we both are like,
Mm-hmm.
we got to be comfy at work. You're going to see me at the bar, okay, with Guinan. And we're going to be giving you good advice. We'll also be judging you. And we'll be judging the shenanigans that are going to be happening on the ship.
Now we know for a fact that Guinan was not the only bartender on
So
the Enterprise. There were quite a few of them. And actually, that made me, I like that a lot, that there was, like, they were background people, except for the episode Lower Decks, where they had that one guy um play the bartender for that one episode. They were like, let's have a younger looking black person, since we're not going to use Guinan. It was okay. We have some Romulan ale. Hold on, because it's blue. So I like this uniform.
same.
Um,
That's why we gave it high marks because it
yeah,
had
that's why I got
it met those criteria and
all of
was
these got 20s.
they did. They all got 20s.
Hmm. So screen presence, does it read well on camera? And does it photograph with authority? Well, I mean, look at Tuvok.
I mean, it's hard because everything looks good on black people.
It's true. But it's true. I'm like, I mean, okay. So
So he's standing with presence. But what I like about this is that there's contrast because there's some random guy in
guy
the
in the
back.
back.
You could be like, okay, this kind of works as a
Sorry. Neurospicy Networking in the chat says he looks like the podium. Um the guy in the background looks like the podium, or Tuvok looks like a podium. I mean, he does stand like he is a podium, like he's behind
He
the
is a
podium.
Vulcan, so like
So they're kind of stiff by
they're kind of like
nature.
stiff and
Now, so I say
if
no, the
we're
foreground.
comparing
Yeah,
things,
like he is there. I'd say it it does I'd say it commands well with having the color on the top.
yeah.
Um it actually did work. I'd say pretty well because you could see the distinguishing division colors. Um and you didn't actually need all of this necessarily to have it. You could just have a black uniform. Also kind of a little bit made more sense to have that it was jackets and stuff like that. So I'd say yeah,
I
I'd
mean,
say that's like a 4 or a 5,
Screen
definitely.
presence though, like, does it stand out? Does it
Ooh,
That's kind of like, because the color story I'm fine with, but the screen presence is
you're
kind of
right.
like
It
where
does because it is just like a black wall.
yeah,
It's like you get this color up here and then nothing else.
right. So I mean, it's intentional to have it with black because that's what black does to the body, right? You're a uniform, you're making the body disappear. But black on screen, it's not like the Section 31 black that had dimension to it, right?
No,
Because they had different fabrics and textures and things to it. This is very a flat, matte black. And
all
so
the same fabric.
yeah, so I don't think the screen presence is as commanding as, say, what we just, scored. So I think it has to be less than what we just scored. I don't think it's equal to that.
I'd say let me
I think
think.
it'd
Let
be
me
a
look at them.
three.
A
I think a
3.
three
A 3.
because it is a bit mid,
Mhm.
Mhm.
It is. It's not that I skip by it cuz we
Right.
don't, but it is mid and we are judging these at a high standard, at a Cisco standard.
The Cisco
At a
standard.
Cisco standard. So
All of
color
these were high
story
ranking. So, but the color story, I
story
agree with.
color story is I'd say a 4.
Yeah.
Um the icon factor, would a Star Trek person or a non-Star Trek person recognize this?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So that's a five.
That's a vibe. If I was like, "What is this?" They go, Star Trek?"
More track.
That's how they start, I think. And
See?
does it stand out in universe? Not really.
No.
No. And that's probably why it only lasted like 5 years
Yeah, because we had it.
and then they swapped
Obviously,
them out.
Voyager is like on their journey and they don't have any connection because they're lost, literally
So
lost
they
in
had to
space.
wear theirs for 7.
And then you're in the same. So for those who are not Trekkies, Voyager, which is this screenshot it's from, is in the same universe timeline as Deep Space Nine.
Mhm.
And they
Yes.
get lost in space. Whereas Deep Space Nine is static in space, which is why I like the two shows back to back.
Oh yeah.
And in Deep Space Nine, right, they have to update their uniforms to the Dominion
War and the
one.
with the next one. So I'd say this does not stand out.
Doesn't.
I would give it
It's got to be a one or a two.
2. I would give it a 2.
Yeah.
I'd say it's not that it completely blends in because it doesn't, but it's also not great. Like it's not great, but you know what is great?
Tim
This
Russ.
guy.
That man. Hey, Avery.
Oh,
Down.
my two bald space dads, divorced space dads. They're not
Well,
married anymore.
well, one's wife died, so
Yeah. Um well no, like at different times in my childhood, I had like, oh, I wish Benjamin Sisko was my dad, or I wished that um Jean-Luc Picard was my dad. Not that my dad was bad. I just thought it would be really cool. I
but
just
it's the
thought it would
show.
be cool. That's all. Like to have
Amazing.
a space dad? Sorry. I'm sorry. I love you, Claude. I Happy Father's Day. Oh, anyway.
He's not watching.
No, sometimes he does. Sometimes he does.
Sometimes he does.
Sometimes he peeks
What?
in. I know he peeks in on like other lives I've seen him peek in
Wow.
too. Like on TikTok and stuff. So like, yeah, no, there's a chance. He checks it out. He looks at the Instagrams and the things.
Hi, my
So
mama's dad.
let's does this read well on camera?
I mean, again, this is why I say black people can look good in anything
And it
because
helps that we have a white man next to him so that we
yeah,
can go, does it? Is it?
yeah,
And actually, yeah,
yeah.
I think this is a 5. I think it commands authority. I like the V. I thought it was a zip up, but it's just a that's how it's made. Like the
It's
zip
just like a
only
three
goes to
quarter.
yeah, the zip goes to here and then they just
Yeah.
have so that the full color division shows. Um
I like the gray, shiny, silver,
Piping
not
along
piping, but
with
it's
the
like a stripe
mhm,
there. And
where it
then
goes
how it
down.
comes down to like a V on the shoulder.
I'm always gonna love that. As you can see on my shoulder, because I have one with my Star Trek jams. So the color
One
story,
shoulder
yeah,
and
I'd say. Now I know that we have kind of criticized like just grays and blacks and does this, but this is not. I think that these are not arbitrary color choices. So like on the top of this, it says a coherent purposeful color palette that communicates something about the era. And this era was war.
yeah. This
And
is they are getting serious. Dominion are wreaking havoc across galaxies, and
mm-hmm.
we got to put a stop to this. This is unacceptable. We are not our fuzzy wuzzy,
Yeah.
cultural competence science mission. This is
Well,
phasers on, not on stun,
and the first time we saw this uniform was in Star Trek First Contact where it was like
Right.
fighting the Borg, which is another like
Yes.
war badness. Um Neurospicy Networking says it needs to be a deeper V. And you know what? I wouldn't hate it if it was a slightly deeper V, to be honest.
I
Um,
don't, if we're in war, we want T Phoenix. Like, I don't know.
but it's a jacket and they can take it
Right.
off. And so, um, honestly, yeah, I just like it. So I'd say it tells a really good color story. So
It
that's a
does. Like,
fully
this
that's
is
a 5.
a five.
And would a non-Star Trek? Yes.
Yes,
Um, does it stand out in universe? It does.
it does. Because this is there's been other times where they're fighting, but they're not, it's by happenstance, not we are intentionally going to do an act of war. Like, we're going to go fight the Borg. We got to go fight the Dominion. There's
Hmm.
preparation here, there's intention. It's not, we didn't happen upon it in our explorations.
Right. So this is the 2370s, and it was, yeah, it was a time of war and strife and the um Federation trying desperately to hold on and not be at war after dozens of years of peace.
Yeah, they had failed with the Cardassians. It
they
felt
just
like
kept, it
they
just
just
kept,
they just couldn't hang. And the Cardassians were going to be the Cardassians,
I just
and
love how they kept talking about how they're like, oh, the olden days and eras of peace, the golden age. I'm like, when?
when
When? Oh, back when Kirk and I say, no,
no,
no, it was terrible for them too. Um,
just
so
different levels of terror.
so I would say a 5 for that.
Yeah, I would
Um,
give this fives across the board.
yeah. Now, so now we go to the next one, right?
We have our first 20.
No, I don't know why I'm surprised. I don't know why my mouth dropped. Like, obviously, that makes perfect sense. So next we have the Enterprise era jumpsuits. So we're only going with the blue jumpsuits, not to Paul or
Yeah,
help me out with the doctor's name because I can't remember it right
I can
now.
always forget his name. I feel like
Doctor,
he's
he's a
forgettable.
Denoblian. I like him. Um, they are from a polyamorous planet. Like everyone has 3 spouses, and this was the early 2000s. So obviously they had an episode where the engineer Trip Tucker is getting hit on by Phlox. Got it. Phlox is Dr. Phlox's one of
Yeah.
Dr. Phlox's wives. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm uncomfortable." And I was like, Riker would. Riker
Riker,
would do it.
he was
If
like,
he
I
liked
love
her,
consent.
if he liked her, he'd be
He would
like,
be all over
and
that.
he'd be like, and you're okay with this, doctor. And the doctor'd be like, yes, it's part of our culture. Then he'd be like, well, far be it from me.
Far be it from me to, demean your culture, and I will fully partake in all parts of your culture.
I am a Starfleet officer,
Go Starfleet.
first and foremost.
Oh,
Diplomacy, diplomacy is what
in the
I do.
bedroom. Diplomacy in the
I mean,
bedroom.
he does
Riker was going to
too.
get it done.
He
Yes.
does. It's like, man. So, I don't I'm not I'm not sure about now screen presence. Does this read well on camera? Not particularly because this
No,
entire TV show is shot in a lot of it's shot in a lot of
dark. It's very
blue.
dark.
It's dark and it's blue. It's not like the blue wash of like say that Superman movie or Twilight, but
Yeah.
all of the lighting is blue as you can see in the background on this picture. The lighting is blue. The room where they do the decontamination,
It's
it's blue and then they're
blue.
wearing blue and
It's weird.
it's
And
a
on the
lot.
bridge, it's blue. It's like,
I love blue. You but I don't know. So I'm gonna say screen does it photograph? No, it's flat. It's a 1.
yeah, it's a one.
Color
Um,
story, I'm gonna say it's another 1 because I don't even it's hard to tell what department people are in unless I'm like,
I'm gonna disagree with you
oh,
on the
here, what?
mainly because Enterprise is supposed to be like the very beginnings. They haven't sorted themselves out yet,
Okay.
right? So they don't know, they don't have different departments, specialties just yet. So it makes sense that the uniforms, the colors would all be kind of one and the same because they haven't specialized yet. So I think it fits in the narrative that they're trying to tell of this pre Starfleet kind of thing
Like
that's happening.
NASA,
Yeah,
post NASA, because
yes,
it's just post NASA. It's like they've
exactly.
gotten rid of NASA and now it's like the planetary um
Something or other, I
thing
forget.
because it's like Earth. It's like an Earth force type of thing because it's pre-Federation. It is pre-Federation.
Pre-Federation. So you wouldn't see a color story in a pre-Federation. And they've got to have, the Vulcans come and teach them how to not screw things up.
I mean, like Daddy Vulcan.
Daddy
I mean,
won't
that's
give
all
mine.
they were they were like, until actually, yes, until Earth was like, "You know what? We're grown-ups, and you don't get to tell us what to do
Right.
anymore." They did
Don't
do
think
that. They did do that, but like in a story, in a Star Trek story way, where they were like, "You don't get to tell me, you know what? You're not my real dad. My real dad designed this ship." You nepo baby, Archer. He's a good captain, but like fully a nepo baby.
he's a
His
nepo baby
daddy made the ship.
and
My
put his son on it.
daddy.
My daddy did this.
Do you guys even know who my daddy is?
You know, you're better than
Dr. Archer. I don't know what his dad is.
me.
I don't know who his daddy is.
No, not mine. But
Yeah, no.
like, that's why I think the color story matches what the story of this particular
So
season were.
I actually do agree with that. I do think I think that I am sort of muddying myself with the screen presence and the color story.
Yes.
Now, so let's see. So I'm going to say then, does this communicate something about who these people are? You know, like what like who they are in Star Trek and what period of time they're in. Yeah,
No.
that's probably a 4 or a 5
Yeah.
as far as
Yeah.
that goes.
I would give it a 5 just
Yeah.
because they were trying something. The intentionality here was to try to convey like a proto Starfleet vibe. So, comment section, what
Claudia
y'all think?
says, "You both look fabulous. I love this conversation about Star Trek uniforms." Hey, Claudia.
I'm giving shoulder action because I'm shiny and moisturized in black. Um,
I should have
I
done
would
that
say it's a
too.
5 for the
I'd
color
say,
story.
yeah. Now, iconic factor. Would a non-Star Trek person, I think a non-Star Trek person might confuse this with Battlestar Galactica,
They would.
because it looks a lot like those uniforms.
It does. It does.
Oh, um, Claudia's asking what was the question. This icon, would a non-Star Trek person recognize this as a Starfleet uniform? No. Yeah,
No.
it looks like a jumpsuit, like a work jumpsuit, which I would love. I would love one of those.
I want one of those.
Me too. Like Dickies makes those, and they're like, I kind of want one of those. Um, and I could put patches on it and stuff. Now, does this stand out in universe? I would say it would only stand out in universe only because it's so ancient.
Yeah, it's old, right? It stands out from all the other uniforms is we don't see this really again in this style, like at all. But yeah, it stands out within the Star Trek universe.
Yeah, in universe, people would be like, "Whoa, that's like ancient times."
Right. It'd be like, oh my gosh,
Like,
we used to look like that.
so it's like, "Whoa, somebody took retro days."
You show up in like a Halloween costume as one of them on the holodeck, and everyone would be like, you went old school.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean, okay,
yeah.
okay. So, so yeah, no. So that's like a, I'd say that 5, just because, yeah, because it's like the first. This is the NX-01, and NX is the designation for experimental ships within Star Trek, and the O1 means the very first. So this is like
Number
the
one.
very first crew. And this is their very first uniform. So in universe they'd be like, yeah. So that's a 5, I think, for that.
I agree.
Now, next we have, wow. Discovery. I
Discovery.
love Discovery. I love it. I love it.
It's
And
such a great show. And I know the Trekkies out there don't like a black woman in charge. But I don't care. I love a black woman in charge. And Burnham is great.
she's good at her
We will
job.
forgive her hairstyle in the early days before she got a black man boyfriend to do her hair for her. Um, but
She really needed that.
she,
Like
she needs a
real
black love.
real upgrade from Ash Tyler.
Yeah.
I bet he did not know anything about how to do her hair.
I'm a black woman in a struggle relationship. Um
I mean,
no,
I bet if he remembered his Klingonness, he probably would have known how to braid her hair.
he would have.
But but
So
but Ash Tyler from Issaquah, Washington, he don't know shit.
no,
Sorry. I'm
he
not
don't know
sorry. I'm
shit
not
and he
sorry.
ain't shit. Okay. Uh
No, dump him.
you should
He's the
watch
poster
our
child.
previous episodes for our rant about Ash. We couldn't help
Yeah.
ourselves.
So Claudia says, she likes the Disco season 1 uniform. It's a better version of the Enterprise uniform. Oh, yes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
agree. You are right. They kept the blue, but they made these uniforms intentionally Starfleet. Now, we don't have I don't have a way to like enhance for you, but all of those gold panels are made up of tiny deltas.
Little deltas.
Teeny tiny deltas that make the shape. Um and I love it. I love it. Um I love
I love
so
it's a two-piece. That's what I love about it. And they continued that gold or the silver
mhm.
onto the pants. So it doesn't look like it stops. It creates that little kind of point that we really like in the uniforms,
It makes it a
that nod at the shoulder.
uniform instead
But
of
yeah,
just a shirt. Because in all of the other Star Treks, it's been just a shirt. Well, not Enterprise because it's a jumpsuit. Um,
right,
but like it's just like your uniform is the part that's the waist up, and then you just wear pants
right.
and or leggings. A
Or
lot of
khakis
leggings.
from the Gap or
Okay.
something.
Whichever, whatever you
We're
got.
looking at you, Kelvin timeline.
Got my cargos from Eddie Bauer.
These
Um
are my Star Trek cords.
so screen presence.
Huge. This was huge. It looked beautiful on screen. It looks
Yeah.
beautiful in photograph. It looks good whether you are a wheelchair user or not, which I think shows goes back to what we talked about the last time with the craftsmanship of all of this, because that level of refinedness is just beautiful to see. Um,
Yes.
Even
Claudia.
though I wish they had
Oh,
worked more on the disabled persons.
Neurospicy Networking likes the gold. I also like the gold.
I love the
This is a uniform I
oh,
would also very much like. It also looks great on different types of bodies.
it does.
Which like it's flattering and looks comfortable. So that's like a 5 for
It's a 5
screen
for screen
presence.
presence.
Now,
Yeah.
color story. Is the palette intentional and effective? Do the colors mean something? Um, ooh, that's tough.
I couldn't tell the difference between the silver and the gold. Like, it made sense for Homeboy in the wheelchair to be silver because he's like not, he's just a regular part of
But
the
that's
crew.
so like it's supposed to be like divisional, I think.
But like all of divisions, there are multiple divisions that are having the same color with the gold
I just
or the silver.
here's the thing. This is what it comes down to. We don't know, which
We,
means
It's not a
It's
good
not
color
good.
story.
Because we're like,
If we're
I mean, I
confused,
think that it might be, but could it be? So it looks great,
what does
but
the
we don't
Alpha
know
Wiki
why.
say? What does
Well,
the Alpha
no,
Wiki?
the the wiki for these uniforms is just that they kept the blue as like sort of a homage to the Enterprise parts, but it it yeah, no, there was nothing particular. It's just they just thought it was like a cool uniform. So okay, it's command gold. There's 3 and they did a bad job. Command gold, science silver, operations copper. Where?
Where? Sorry, I just yelled into the mic.
No, it's
Sorry.
fine. You that was good. No, we both did it at the same volume, but yeah, where?
Like, where's the copper? Because
Do you remember that girl, that young lady who, she started with an A.
because
She was like she was like she got a bunch of cybernetic parts and was like sort of like like mostly robot with like a human brain or something like that. I forget her
yeah,
name. I
but
forget her name, but
Mr.
she wore copper in her uniform, and like that's that's it.
I'm still like confused because Mr. 5,925,600 minutes is not wearing silver. Isn't he science?
No, no,
He's engineering.
he's engineering.
He's engineering, but he acts like a scientist. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I was about to go. No, no, he is an engineer technically, but he's he's a scientist though. Everyone on that ship is a scientist. It's a science vessel.
They're all scientists,
The
but
USS Discovery
he's
is a
more nerdy.
science vessel. He's a science
It's
like
a science vessel.
everyone should be wearing silver,
I'm
frankly.
giving this a 1 because
Yeah.
I think this bronze, silver, gold nonsense is bullshit,
I'm
and
kind of
I'm
mad.
getting angry and worked up.
I like how we were both like I saw the copper and I was like, this isn't good. This is not good. This is not good. Like none
No,
of us are like we are not a
make
go
it
for
make sense.
this. I do not like it.
No, no.
Um
Color Story gets a 1, okay? They're angry for no
so
reason.
disappointing. Okay, so
Okay,
icon
cool.
factor. Would a non-Star Trek person recognize this as a Starfleet uniform? I think so.
I think they yeah, because I feel like as long as the delta is there that's clear, people are gonna go, "Oh, Star Trek,"
Oh,
right?
is that that would be where someone goes, "Oh, is that Star Trek?" The same
Yeah,
way the other thing is not like, "Oh, that's Star Trek." But they go,
right.
"Is that Star Trek? It looks like
Is that
Star
Star
Trek."
Trek? Because
It
it
lo-
has that thing.
yeah.
Star Trek has that thing.
So I would say
A 3?
3. A 3. A 3.
Yeah.
A 3. Yeah. Um Now does it stand out in universe? Yeah, it's the second it is the first wave of Starfleet uniforms. It is the
Yeah.
first wave of Starfleet uniforms. It is the uniforms that people wore during the Federation Klingon War.
Yeah, I was gonna say Federation Klingon Wars. Yes.
That's so I'd say in universe like fully 5 that it stands out within the world of Star Trek. Does this uniform distinguish itself from everything else in the room? Yeah. If you walked in that, well,
Yeah.
most people be like, "Whoa, that's cool. Why did you
Right.
replicate that?"
Then
It's
they'd be like,
very
which one of you
mean.
is command? They're going to be confused, like we were.
I don't. What is the now? Now, next, we go to Section 31, our Section 31 uniforms. Now, I'm not I'm not sure. I'm not sure
This is going to
how
be
this is
hard.
going to be. So, screen presence, does it read well on camera? Does it photograph with authority? Yes, absolutely. Like, look at that. Look at them. Look at them. They look so good in that. So the and it does, yeah. So I'd say it photographs well even in the darkness of Discovery and of uh the ship, the Section 31 ship. I'd say it it gets a 4.
I think it does something like I said before, right? I alluded to this. The black on black is so different because you look at Giorgio, you can tell the different blacks. They've got different textures.
Mhm.
And on Ash, there's, textural differences, which when you're wearing black on screen like that, a black on black, you need the contrasting finishes to kind of make it pop. So that's what I like about the screen presence here. Like, it looks commanding. They do look like they're assassins or psyops or
They're
something.
up to something.
They're up to
Would I trust someone who walked in to the
wearing a
space bar?
curled toe boot.
If I'm in a
Uh,
space bar and like two people walk in looking like that, you know what I am now? Not in a space bar anymore.
I'd be like,
I'd be like,
here's your
I'm gonna
drinks.
take my
Be about your
Romulan
business.
ale and I'm gonna go.
And I'm the bartender going like,
Hello, pick me up. Pick me up.
someone cover my shift. I don't want to be here
We
as
gotta
bartender.
go. We gotta go. Why? Did you
Oh, it's
see
my
that?
break.
It's time.
It's my
Look, guys,
break.
you don't even pay us money. We're going. Bye. So,
Bye.
color story, that's a 5. Oh, I'm sorry. Did we settle for screen
I
presence?
think screen presence we
5?
said 5.
5.
Yeah,
And then for color story, that's a 5.
I would agree.
Icon? No. The question is, would a non-Trek person recognize this as a Starfleet uniform?
No.
No, not at all. I mean,
Like,
they'd be
non-Trek
like,
don't
no,
know
no.
what Section 31 is. That's
Well,
like a
because it's secret. Like, part of me's like, well, it's because they're secret, guys. Guys, guys, actually, it's because they're like supposed to be secret, and that's why you can't tell it's Star Trek. Um,
you gotta be like the old lady who's like, because they're a secret. That's a secret society.
it's a secret society, but
It's a secret society. What do
so
you expect?
I'm gonna say, unfortunately, it is a 1
It's the one.
because there's no, because yeah, it's like, could it be any form of generic sci-fi property? Yeah, no
You can't
immediate
even like pull from
recognizable. Yeah, they're
the
even
movie doesn't help.
even.
Like we had a whole Section 31 movie and they still it didn't help.
I don't remember that happened.
Did it happen? Was
There
it a
was no.
fever dream?
They never made a movie, a Section 31 movie. Oh. Does it stand out in universe? It actually kind of does.
It
In a
does.
universe where everyone wears color, seeing people, that's why I said, if you're in a space bar and these two people show up, you're like, I got to go.
You're with
Pick me
Guinan,
up. Pick me up.
right?
I'm
On
like,
the Enterprise, and these two walk in. Guinan is gonna go real quick, and then she's gonna mask and she's gonna say, "How may I help you? Welcome to my bar."
well, she keeps a gun.
She does though. Like
So she's not afraid of anybody.
she's an old black lady, but she knows that you're up to something, right? How may I help you?
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's not just. That was a Guinan. That was a Gaiman. Okay, so I'm gonna say, yeah, that's a 5. And it
Yeah,
seems
5.
funny that, like, they're just wearing black guys. No, here's the thing. Nobody does that.
Nobody wears
Nobody
all black.
nobody wears all black unless they're up to some sort of shenanigans, and we can't
Yeah,
trust that.
even the aliens don't really
Unless they're
show up
not even like
unless they're causing
Romulans.
problems.
Yeah, Romulans will wear some
Romulans,
colors, but like if someone's all dressed in black, or has some sort of
matching.
hood
Oh, the
action and
hood.
wearing black,
Something bad about to happen. Mm-mm,
like
mm-mm.
if I'm walking around in a night market and I see a bunch of young a space, sorry, I need to be very specific,
A
a
space
space
bazaar.
like type of
That's
night market, and I see a bunch of young people with um big black hoodie things, I'm going home.
we're leaving. We're
I'm
close.
getting
Oh, we're
onto
close.
we're closed. We're closed. We're just like the shutters go down.
Click, and you're like gone.
I'm
No,
going onto my little ship and I'm going to actually see if I can get out of the sector in like the next 10 minutes because I feel like all I got is 30 minutes to get
right.
out of here
Yeah,
before everything goes down. So
exactly.
so like
We're not staying,
I'd be like,
right?
"Whoa, look at those incredibly nicely dressed people." Like I love everything that they're wearing.
No, no. You're
Hi. We got to
we're
go. All
going
right,
to the left, to the
let's
left.
how do you know you have 30 minutes? Oh, well,
Oh,
because usually within 30 minutes of them entering any kind of market, the entire planet's going to go on lockdown.
yeah.
So I have about 30 minutes. Here's the thing. If I'm at like one end of the market and they've already gone through the whole market, I'm probably screwed. I'm probably
You're
screwed.
probably screwed.
But
By the time you see them, you're probably screwed.
but the point is, if you see them, you get out of
You
there
gotta
anyway, and
leave.
you try to get to safety. You might not be able to get off planet, but you can at least like get into some sort of bunker, um, some sort of
Safety.
shielded space thing of some sort.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yeah,
Okay. You just gotta do something because the danger is probably already
hide your
there.
husband too. All right.
We've watched enough.
Now, next we have, yes, this uniform, which just feels like, oh, look at it, it's just great, great, great. But this is telling a story. This is the Starfleet uniform of the 32nd century during the period that was known as post burn, and during that
Who's
period of
burn?
time, um, so there was a big giant explosion that exploded all of the dilithium. That would be like if all of the gasoline or oil,
The oil.
it would be like if all of the oil in the world exploded at
Right.
the
And there was
same
like
time.
nothing left.
And there's nothing left. It just exploded. So people on ships, people on planets, on like all over, all it crushed everything.
Mm.
So like during this period of time, the Federation is completely fractured. Lots and lots of worlds have already left them. Now, the 32nd century is approximately 900 years in the future from the last uniforms that we just saw.
Right.
Um, and so, like, so I would say,
And Discovery are the optimists coming from the Klingon Wars.
yeah, and the Discovery crew, they're the optimists
You're like,
who
don't you
are
believe in
who
the Star
just
Trek mission?
they're like we are just post-war, not just post-war, but also like we saved the entirety of organic life
Mm-hmm.
and have lost every single person that we have ever known,
Gone.
and we're the positive ones.
We're happy and
And
positive
we're the
and believe in
happy, cheerful
ideals.
ones. I mean, like, but
And everyone's like,
that's how far the Federation had fallen. So, screen presence, does it read well? Yes, I think it
yeah,
does. I think it
I thought
absolutely
it
does.
was
I like the
stunning.
color panel that goes down the front part that
Yes.
is a divisional, so we can tell that this is a doctor by say or a nurse, but they work in
Mhm.
medical, and that's why have a white panel on there. So color story, um,
And this was the first time we saw medical getting their own colors, right?
yes.
We're blended
Well,
into science before. Science officers were blue, so were medical officers.
and
'Cause
well, did they have? I think they might have had some white on Discovery. Claudia, you let me know.
Discovery
You're out
seasons
there.
1 and 2,
I feel like
they had
no,
the
no. You're
no,
right. You're right.
it was that
You're right.
silver, gold, and apparently bullshit
They just
copper.
wore that, yeah, and
Um,
that copper. Okay, and also,
okay.
like, why did you choose three metals that are like that you have to go?
Well, copper has its own I feel like copper got the short end of the stick because it's actually pretty beautiful
But
as
you
a
put it
metal.
next to, but if you put it, it's be like, oh, guys, so we have copper, we have bronze, and we have, give me another one, another brown one. And then we decided to go a little bit different, and instead of metal, we got ones that look like jasper. It's like all the same color. It's all the same color, guys. So, but
So I like this with the color story here, telling something different. It's not a wartime uniform, right? We're supposed to
this
be,
is post disaster. Like
yeah,
it's like they didn't even get a war.
no,
It
they're trying to
just
rebuild
yeah.
here. And so that's why I like what the color story is saying.
I agree.
We're trying something new to inject some hope
Also,
into people.
I love that their rank thing is right here. I just love that. I think it's really cool. And
I think it's
this is
cool.
new. This is brand new that they started
Yeah.
it there. So
It's not just
so
the kid.
color story 5, I
I think it's
say.
fine.
Iconic factor. Would a non Star Trek person recognize this as a Starfleet uniform? I think so. I
I
think
think
so.
they would still do the same thing that they did the last time, right? We're like, is that Star
Is
Trek?
that Star Trek?
Like,
Oh,
huh?
is that Star Trek? I
And
don't
then
think
they're
they
like,
would think it was Star Wars.
no.
Um, so that's a 4.
Yeah, I think a four.
That's a 4. Does it stand out in universe?
Oh yeah.
hmm
Especially
it
with
was a
this white.
uniform for a period of time, and also like also it told, you could tell, you knew what these were. You wouldn't get this confused with anything else. In universe, you see someone wearing that, you know what they are, where they are. So
Yeah. That's five.
that's a 5. Yeah. Now, then a year later, peace. Well,
Well,
it was already kind of peaceful. So
I
first,
mean, not really, but yeah.
a year later, things were fragmented, but and then they had a big fight, and then they got new clothes
We got new
with
clothes.
Wilson Cruz looking
So
so
wonderfully
yeah.
gorgeous.
And you'll see that this is a reversal sort of thing, except it's not gray, but it's a black panel with the color of of their division, and we have a Dr. Hugh Colber modeling. The captain is in command and would wear red, and then we have gold for operations. Um, so screen presence, I mean, hello. Does it read
Look at
well on
him.
camera? Now I know we chose him, but also it does.
Right.
It does read well on camera. It photographs authority. They look great. So I think that's a
Everybody
5.
looks great, and it looks great with all body
It
types.
does. Color story. Yes. Is
Yeah.
the palette intentional and effective? It's introducing um, hope into the Federation again. It's
I think
it's
more hope, right? Like the last one was like, you're just gonna have a taste of the hope.
and now it's
And
like,
we have it. Like, oh hey,
well,
there's
now we got this ship
building.
that can make dilithium and transport it instantaneously all over the place. So now,
We're just gonna send you all over the
so
galaxies.
like they're like, this is a great positive time. So icon factor, would a non-Star Trek person recognize this?
I think they're gonna ask the same question,
Yeah.
right?
They're gonna
And then
go, is that Star Trek?
they're gonna see the little delta. They're like, oh, that thingy
Uh
is Star Trek.
okay, I think that's, yeah, that's Star Trek.
So I
So
think
like
it's a four.
that's a 4.
Yeah.
Does it stand out in universe? So within the world of Star Trek, does this uniform distinguish itself from everything else in the room? Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
that. I mean, and if you see the other color, it's really bright. It's very bright. It's very reminiscent of um the original series, and also
Yeah.
what we're going to see next, actually. But so I would say, does it stand out? Does it immediately command the attention within the Star Trek universe? Yeah. If you landed on a planet and that, they'd be like, Starfleet,
Yeah.
Starfleet's here.
Which does
Whoop
happen
whoop,
several times.
Starfleet.
They're like, you're Starfleet. And you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't seen one of you for ages.
Haven't seen
Since the burn.
since the burn.
Since the burn.
All right, now let's go to the next one. So wait, I'm sorry. Did we decide on 5?
Wow.
Yeah, we decided on 5 for that. Okay, next we have Strange New Worlds. Now, for Strange New Worlds, this is supposed to be sort of the bridge. So it's really funny because we did the original series velour outfits did not make the cut.
No, they did
But
not.
these did. Because they took, yes. Oh, and Claudia in the chat says Wilson Cruz makes everything look good, and yes, that is absolutely
Yes.
true.
Yes, that is true. Nothing but facts.
So we look at, so they took the original series uniforms and then they took everything that was wrong with them and made it better. And that's why it made it. That's why it got full 20s. Isn't now North Spicy Networking says, "Ooh, I like the white jumpsuit." So do I. So do
So
we
do I.
all. And that is
We
why this
love
got
that.
20 like it got all 5s across the board because we were like, this is beautiful, iconic. They're also wearing fluvogs, y'all. They're
Bugs
wearing like fancy ass boots. Um, so
and real pants.
and real pants, except for the jumpsuit, but that's not supposed to be pants, and it's great. We also see that the skirt that Uhura is wearing is of reasonable length,
Oh
so
my
she can
god.
sit and probably isn't always tugging at her butt and trying to get that skirt to go down. So screen presence. Does this read well on camera? Absolutely.
I thought it looked great, even in
Mm-hmm.
this kind of pinky purpley hues. And then we've got a lot of the blue because remember with Enterprise it was this blue, 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 blue.
Mm-hmm.
But here we have the blue of, sick bay and all of that, but it still works. Like the outfit still stands out, even in a red alert, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
still you can see each other because I think that's important. You're on red alert, and what you're gonna shoot? Who are you shooting?
Wait, where you guys at?
What?
Why is everyone wearing? Everyone's wearing a very dark blue. It's a very dark blue, and I cannot tell where everyone is. Plus, the lights are blue.
And we get two shades of blue
Mm-hmm.
because Spock is wearing a different shade of blue
A
than
science division blue, which is different than the medical blue. And then for
yes.
some reason they got rid of that in TNG, and then they didn't grab that stuff up again until they went to the past. I don't know.
Until they went to the
Uh,
they went to the past and then had to go to the future.
They had to go from the past to in an
Because there are spoilers
yes.
alert that I don't want to do today about relationships here, but they go in the past to go to the future.
Well, they do have to go into the past to go to the future. That's right. So
They
now,
do.
color story. Um, is the palette intentional and effective? Do the colors mean something? Yeah. Um, Now this is I don't have the gold
It's the vibe.
command. I don't have gold command on here, which is like the yellow gold, but it looks like that. I think every color is intentional. And it is clear. Uh, this is also the war is over. The Federation won. We are happy and now we're explorers. We're not warmongers, we're explorers, guys. So
We're explorers.
we don't wear all dark blue anymore. Now we wear colors.
Ooh.
Instead of all of us wearing blue and then some metallic color where you can't really tell where we work on the ship, we have specific designated colors for the divisions, so that everyone know so that it's easy enough to tell where everyone works.
Right.
um so yeah, no, I say that's a full five.
That's a 5.
An icon factor, would a person view this as Star Trek? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it looks like a more refined version of the original
it
series,
does
which is
indeed.
what that they were going for. So it still looks retro, but modern.
Yeah, now, yeah, no one's gonna be like Star Trek, they'll be like, that's Star Trek. Nope, I know
Yeah.
that's Star Trek.
Yep.
And you'd be like, and they'd feel really proud of themselves, and we would be proud of
Exactly.
them for getting it right. um so standout in universe, yeah, it's meant to.
It's meant to.
That's the point.
And the white jumpsuit, I think, alone and Uhura's outfit
Mm-hmm.
also brings that level of diversity because we don't see in these other ones that we've scored, we're not seeing that
Mm-hmm.
diversity in clothing.
That you can wear your uniform in different configurations and
Yeah.
styles, because Nurse Chapel doesn't only wear the white jumpsuit, does she? I think she
Oh,
wears other clothes. She wears other things to work. Um but get no, I just I and but Una, number 1, what I love is that she changes her clothes and hair
done.
all the time.
Her
Sometimes she
hair and
misses.
makeup.
Well, she just missed one time. She hits every other time. So I'm not
Yeah.
gonna. That was an unfortunate thing.
But when
So
you are a top model and nerd, I think you get to play with your clothes, but we don't see that in other Star Treks, right? They're very
mm-hmm.
stiff. They have to wear the one uniform and that's it. They like you rarely even see them in pajamas um outside of their work.
I will say on this show, although people do wear their uniforms a lot, they also wear their normal clothes a lot.
Yeah.
They a lot. So much so that there was a joke because Spock showed up in his uniform and they're like, "Why are you wearing your
Why you were
uniform? Like we're having dinner. Why are you just for work?" And he's like, "This is what I always wear." And they were like,
such a Vulcan.
yeah, they were like, "Oh, oh, oh, yeah, no, you look fine." But like I like that the realism of like people dress up for things, not necessarily in dress uniforms. Sometimes they put on a dress. Like that wedding. That wedding. The wedding of Spock and Nurse Chapel. Just check
Let's
it
go
out,
on
gal.
to the
Check
next
it
one.
out. All right, we
Check it out.
got now. This is the standard Starfleet Academy uniform from the 32nd century, worn by Jade and Craig. Such a sweet little
With
boy.
his little
Such a
locks, his
sweet little
beautiful
boy.
locks.
He's just a sweet
Really
little
good.
boy.
I just want to like feed him lots of food and ask how his day at school was
Yeah,
and
yeah.
be an auntie
Hmm.
to the sweet soul of a boy.
He's such a good guy.
He's such a good guy.
Like, have him and Kyle over for dinner all the time.
I
All the
would
time.
too.
So, screen presence, does this read well on camera? Surprisingly, despite the fact that these are khaki uniforms, it does read well
Done.
on camera. Now,
And
their
it does.
shirt is their designated color, but if they don't have if they haven't decided a pathway, then they wear gray. Um but it's very clear what department they are in. Um, it's
Yeah.
it's command red now because this is the future. So we have command red, science blue, and operations yellow. Um, I would say screen presence. I'd say a 5. It looks
It's a 5.
great.
It looks
They
great.
look
Even that
so good.
piping,
Hmm.
they did the
On the
piping that we
pants,
love,
it goes
and it's
all
on
the
the
way. It
pants.
goes all the way from the neck, all the way down the arms, and then it goes all the way down the pants. And
Yeah,
I love it. This is a uniform. This is a uniform.
this is what
Um,
a uniform should be. He looks like he can move in it. He
mhm.
looks also relaxed
It
as well.
so
So,
would you say that the palette so we said 5 on the screen presence. So is the palette intentional effective? Do the colors mean something? Yeah.
yeah. And giving it this khaki color, I think also denotes student. You're not fully into a
Mhm.
uniform yet. You're choosing your path.
Right.
You're still learning. So there needs to be a color that says, I'm still learning something. And I
Like,
think it does that.
yeah, like, not this is not a this is not like a uniform and then I wear a different badge type of
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Um
That's a 5 for me.
yeah. And so would a non-Trek person recognize this as Star Trek? Now we have to imagine that this is not Jaden Craig. Imagine it's one of the human looking ones. Let's say it's Sam. Series Acclamation Mill.
I don't
Um
they would because even
I don't think so either.
their delta is weird. Um,
Yeah. It looks
so I
like
don't think
science show. It's a science fiction show. Is it a
yeah, you
science
would
fiction?
need to
It looks
see
like
a Klingon to be able to get that this is
yeah.
Star Trek. So I
And
think that like
I'd
a
say
1 or
I'd say
2.
that's a 1. It looks I mean it looks good, but that's not the question. Now, does this stand out in universe? It does specifically because these are students. And so
Yeah.
they have them specifically wearing the school uniforms, so you know the difference between um, a uniform, a student, and an officer, because this is what students wear, and
And it's
officers
also the
wear what we just saw previously, what we saw Hugh Colbert wear, because this is the 32nd century. So yeah,
right. And this is the first time we're seeing this khaki color like really appear and be utilized. That's not in that terrible original series.
the the motion picture, because I was gonna go, well, the motion picture uses an awful lot of khaki.
But it's not this. It
No,
ain't
it's
this.
not this. It ain't this.
It ain't this.
So I'm gonna say, yeah, that's a 5, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, now next, bam, we're
Wow.
on their gym clothes. This is the PT uniform. Yeah, this is the PT
Yeah.
uniform, which is
Like
the cute ass hoodie that I want. The
I want
tight
one so
workout
bad.
shirt, the cool ass pants. I want that outfit. Now,
Same. Look at the stripes on those
I
pants.
love it.
Like I need Starfleet Academy clothes.
Mhm.
Again, anyone who would like to get me that, I am a size large. And so is Maiamama.
Mhm. You can send us stuff. Now,
We are
screen
same spot.
presence. Does this read well on camera? I mean, yeah.
Yes.
It's all red, and they look like fun red clothes that kids wear. So like, does it photograph with authority? It does not. It commands the frame. It looks intentional and distinctive. So I would say that's a
It's a five.
5.
It's a five.
Color story. I mean, it's all red. The
The
gym
red shirts. The red shirts. That I think that like the cadets kind of putting them in red reminds me of the red
it
shirts.
does, and it's kind of funny. I don't think it's an arbitrary color choice or muddies
No.
the palette. I think it is an intentional choice to put everyone in like in the red for the while they're doing their workout stuff. Um
I would say
so
five.
I'd say 5 too as well. 5 as well. Now icon factor. No. Sorry. Would a non Star Trek person work? No, they're
No,
gym
because
clothes, guys. Sorry. So
they're
good.
gym clothes,
That's a
but
one.
also we've never really seen. We saw what is it? Counselor Troy,
And Dr. Crusher in their
and
like
Dr. Crusher and yoga
and those
clothes,
tight. Well, they're wearing like tight leotards,
leotards from the 80s and 90s from the workout
like
videos with the
yeah,
leg warmers.
yeah. Um. So they just look like gym clothes. So I'm gonna say this is a 1. Even if somebody saw a Delta type of thing, they would think it was still gym clothes and not Star Trek. They think it was like a some sort of, oh, is that the design for your gym? They wouldn't even
Right.
look at it. So now does it stand out in universe within
Yeah.
Star Trek? Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Actually, it does,
Yeah. Because
which
we've
is so
never,
funny that
it's
way.
hilarious.
Like
We've
one,
never seen this before. I love how all of the stripes of the bands, right, of the different divisions on their hoodies, but
but all the
it's never
kids
been seen.
and all the kids wear them.
Yeah.
Claudia also wants the hoodie. She wants the hoodie. We all want that hoodie. It
We
looks
all want the
so
hoodie.
cozy, and I love the stripes.
Give
I
it
love
to
those
us.
stripes. So that's so standout. That's a 5.
That's a five.
All right, now next, let's go to the Letterman jacket variant. Um,
Oh, so good.
Look at those. I want it. I
I,
want
I
it. I
need the
want it.
Letterman jacket as well. So does my mama.
Mm-hmm.
Again, size large.
So you can see them. This is just worn instead of that jacket like that what Jaden was wearing in the first one. Instead of that jacket, they wear the Letterman jacket as part of their uniform because they play Calica, which is like kind of like a capture the flag with guns, with phaser rifles. Um
It's like
so
laser tag and capture the flag all in
yeah.
one.
So screen presence. I mean, look at them.
It is just
Look at them.
you can't go wrong with a bomber jacket. I feel like when
They
you want,
just
and it was if you saw our previous episode because there's another kind of style of bomber jacket that Geordie LaForge was wearing in Picard, and it wasn't hidden like at all.
mm,
Like it was not it.
it wasn't
But
it
this,
wasn't it. This is a good leather jacket.
yeah,
It looks like something I would wear. I like the reinforced arm. Um I like the color. I like the cut where it hits. Um Again, we can see on 3 different body types that it's a great looking jacket.
it's great.
Neurospicy Networking says, I like the pointy shoulders. I blame the 80s. I also like the pointy
Well, it's
shoulders on the
clear
jacket.
yeah, it's clear someone was an Akira fan because it does look like the red pill jacket from Akira reimagined for Star Trek, but like it looks referential while still being part of the brand,
Right.
right? Like it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommend everyone watch Akira because it's
So
so good.
that's a 5. And for color story, that's a 5 as well. Now, these jackets are very intentionally the brightest type of jacket
Yeah.
that people wear at school because at school everyone's wearing the beige jacket or their hoodie, which is red,
Yep.
but it's not this jacket.
Exactly.
And then the war college people just wear their
Or black.
boring
Whatever.
whatever thing. They didn't make it, so who cares? Um so I would say yes. I think it is an intentional, it is a coherent, purposeful color palette that is meant to communicate something. And that is, we sporty people. Sports.
Sports.
Get in the game.
In the
Sports,
game.
sports. Yeah. So
Sports.
I'd say that's a 4. I'm not giving it a 5 because it is just one color. I said it's just one color, so I'm like, I
We
mean,
can't do that
it's not
because
really a
the hoodie
palette.
was.
It's one color, so it's not a
But we
palette.
gave the hoodies
A
a 5,
5.
and it's also
Fine,
a
you're
one
right.
palette.
No, you're right. Because it is. It is. Now, icon factor. Now,
No.
unfortunately, this is a brand new series. And so it's going to get a 1
Yeah.
because it's
It
a
hasn't
brand new
really kind
series.
of
And this is like, they've never had a school show in
no.
Star Trek. So, like, having a sports team is sort of like a new type of thing. And so, like, I'm gonna, yeah, this is like a 1, unfortunately, just because of the newness of it. Does it stand out in universe? Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
Like, now, I know that some of us did not actually watch the scene where they were all wearing their jackets in the lunchroom, but like, y'all, these are Letterman's jackets that they all wore in the lunchroom. So,
Yep.
everyone was like, Day Bo Bo. So, I'd say that's a 5
Yeah.
for, like, it does stand out. They're calico jackets. And then what's her face is the captain. I think Sam should be the captain because I love her the best.
Yeah.
Um,
I've
because
got to do those puffs.
I'm,
Maybe I'll do them for AVP. We'll see.
I like it. I like it. All right, let's go to. We're
Lower deck.
almost, by the way, y'all. We got one more after this one. Now we're
We have
at
these two
lower
left.
decks. These are the lower decks uniforms. I also included the live action version from These Old Scientists, TOS. That's the that's the name of the episode of Strange
Strange
New
New World.
Worlds. And I love this show. I should watch it.
It gives me a headache, but I appreciate this show so much.
Um Now, screen presence. Does the
Oh,
uniform, so does it read well on camera? So we're looking at the cartoon version and the live action version, and I'd say yeah.
yes.
I'd say yes.
5.
I'd say that's a 5, especially that white piping. That
That white
is,
piping is so good.
it's so interesting, and I really, really like it. I also like how it goes off to the side. I know that it's weird because it like opens up like a panel, but I still like how it looks. So color story. I mean, it's a cartoon. It has a really great, effective color palette. Um, I think.
The intentionality here of lower decks, right, is that these are not like the bridge crew type of folk.
Mm-hmm.
They are the regular folk that are in the starship to make the starship do what it do, right?
They're everybody else. So
They're
like
everybody else.
everybody else. Like, because
So it's
usually we just watch the bridge crew, and this is
right.
everybody else on the ship, but this is specifically one shift, the Alpha shift, which is the day shift.
It's the day shift.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as because what is the intention that they're trying to bring with the uniforms? I don't know what the color story intention is here, other than to show that these are just regular folk
I
and
think it
that they are
shows that they are
in the future.
uniforms. I think that's
Yeah.
what it shows.
But
Um,
there's nothing deeper. Like it's not like Starfleet Academy where it's like these are students, right? Where it's all showing that. Or
so this is a brand new uniform from the. I'm gonna look it up because I have everything written down. This is from the 2380s. Yes, this is from the 2380s. So this is after all of the TV shows are over. The last TV show was Deep Space Nine.
Deep
Was
Space, no, Voyager was the last
Voyager?
one.
Sorry, Voyager. So right, yes, this is like uh, a year or so after Voyager. So they changed uniforms again from the gray jacket uniform that we saw Avery Brooks in to these uniforms. Um, which I think is actually a slide back, to be honest, because they were wearing those cool jackets. And now I know that this is like, say, another peacetime type of situation
Yeah.
where I'm like, did they purposely change these uniforms because they're in a peacetime era, like post Klingon War, where they're like back to the bright colors and and stuff. So
I can't give it a 5. That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't
Like,
think it should have a 5.
but
No,
it's not a 1 either.
no.
So
Is it
maybe it's
a?
a 3?
I think it's a 3 because this is mid.
Yeah.
It's mid. Like we know this. I think what it is that we know the story. It tells a
Right.
story, but we know this story. It's not. It doesn't tell anything. This is a. It's not super purposeful. As
Right.
so now icon factor. Would a non Star Trek person recognize this as Star Trek? I think so.
I think they would in the animated version more than in the non-animated version.
I
So like,
agree. I agree. If they saw the picture, yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, that's Star Trek."
yeah.
They wouldn't. And now, if they saw the other picture, they go, "Is
What
it
is that?
Star Trek? Is that Star Trek? It looks like Star Trek."
They
And
would
so
be
that's
very
not
confused.
probably not. I mean, like it's almost exactly this, except no white piping. But the black goes down farther to like
Yeah.
about here. Like it goes. It's above the boob line, which I appreciate. So it
It's
does. So
switching the Voyager
so the
outfit.
white line doesn't get distorted or stretched out, and I like that. And then it goes on the arms, and it does the little pointy thing.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, I would say. So
Is it
yeah,
2?
it's a 2. It's a 2.
Yeah.
It's a 2 for me, dog.
2.
Now, does it stand out in universe? Does it distinguish itself? Nah,
No.
not really.
I think that's a 1 because it doesn't
Looks a
really.
lot like Next Generation uniforms, like they went way back. So,
I'm gonna give it
unfortunately, um, a
1.
3. I think it's a th- no, it's a 2. I don't think it's a 1. I don't think it completely blends in, but it does.
I'm gonna give you that.
I don't
Okay.
think it I think it stands out other as far as what it
It's
is.
the white
The
piping for
white
me
piping
that gives
is
it a little bit more
that's
of
it.
a.
It's the white piping that's getting it a 2 and
Yeah.
not else, not much else. Um Good job whoever came up with that. Whatever costume designer is out there, if you came up with that white piping, excellent job. Cuz
If you worked on the show, come talk to
come
us.
talk
Come
to
join
us.
us.
Tell us about these costumes because look at this. Now let's go to the last one, and that's Prodigy. The Prodigy
Prodigy.
uniforms. Now I am only using because it's the Starfleet uniforms, so we're only using season 2 Prodigy because that's when they wore uniforms.
That's
They did
right.
not wear uniforms in season 1. They just wore their clothes.
I
Um,
love Prodigy so much, y'all. Like
yeah.
this is underrated. Underrated.
I love I love season. It's fun to just watch seasons 1 and 2, just like all like binge all of them in a row because it's a complete story, and
It's a
I
ride.
love complete stories. I know
Yes.
it does have a well, maybe there's more in the future, but that's just Star Trek, and
Right.
so I'm like, that's cool. Like I don't need that. I do know that they continue living,
Right.
and that's all I need. Now, screen presence, does it read well? The red on the white, sort of off-white
It's
looking.
like this
Yeah, it's maroon
maroon
and
purpley color because it looks more purple than maroon,
I
but
think it's like a purple based maroon. And
yeah.
then it's like a off-white kind of gray color for the other parts of the uniform. These are jumpsuits.
Yeah, they're
They're onesies. They're
they look like onesies
yeah.
and onesies with a coat for one person,
Mm-hmm.
like an overcoat something.
No, no, these are not Starfleet cadet uniforms because they are not, they don't go to Starfleet Academy. These are high schoolers. This is like some high school,
It's like a
um,
gifted program or something like that, like
it's like
experimental.
you're too young to go to the academy, but we want to get you used to the work.
Right.
So we're gonna let you take all of these accelerated classes. Rock Talk took xenobiology, and um Dal famously hated temporal mechanics, though he really needed that class. So funny. I love that. I love that he took the class, was like, this is stupid. I don't, when will I ever need it? And then he immediately needed all of that information. Um, cause like, that's awesome. So now let's judge this one. So screen presence, does it read well? I don't, I don't really think it does.
No, especially because the background looks is the same colors as what they're wearing,
Mm-hmm.
which I didn't. I was like, oh, okay. So they don't really stand out
Yeah.
in that kind of way. So I'd give it a two.
I agree with that. Color story. Is this palette intentional or effective? I'd say that this does feel like they arbitrarily chose those colors because they
It
don't have any divisional or specific reasoning that I can see behind them all wearing that purpley maroon color. I
right,
it
but
doesn't there's no connection to it. So unfortunately,
this being like, I kind of think back to when we talked about Enterprise, right?
mhm,
This is not Starfleet
no.
Academy. You're not in the academy. You're in some proto program or
Mhm.
whatever.
Now, this
I
is
don't,
a new junior blah 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 type of situation. So this
yeah.
could be like these are the first uniforms that we made. Um
So maybe it's like a three or like a
I'd say it's a
three.
I'd say it's a 3 because I'd say the color story is there. It is there. Um
There's something, but the
it's
level of intentionality is not clear,
right.
right? It's
Um
not conveying we are in some sort of like it looks like a variant of Japanese school uniforms.
yeah.
That's what it's giving, right?
Mhm.
Um, but it doesn't also read Star Trek either.
Yes. Yes. And that brings us to so we say 3 on that, and that brings us to the next question for the iconic factor. Would a non-Trek person recognize this as Starfleet uniform? No. They think this was
Because
Star Wars.
Prodigy was coming out the same time as other cartoons. Wasn't it like She-Ra and all that?
Yeah,
Was at the
they
same
yeah.
time. So it,
They think that this was Star Wars or one of those just new
yeah.
updated, like they made some updated terrible He-Man one too. They made a good old one. that was like based off of the old 80s one
Yeah,
that people should check out, but like the new one was not great. So I'd say that's a 1
it's a
because
one.
it doesn't now do these stand out in the universe? Absolutely. Intentionally.
They do.
No one else because they're on that ship and this is the and this is a 2380s, so everyone on that ship is wearing the outfit that we just saw um um the lower decks crew wearing. They're wearing
Right.
pretty much that uniform, and so this is nothing like that.
No,
So that's gonna be a 5,
it's
actually.
a five. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, people are gonna be like, oh, are those students? they, they will know that.
They're going to stick out like a sore thumb, but they also stick out like a sore thumb even within the Star Trek universe itself because
Yes.
nobody's wearing this and nobody
Mm-hmm.
would wear it.
No one's gonna wear that.
No
No.
one's going to wear that.
No.
No.
No one wants to.
Not even Q would wear that.
Q would wear it as a joke, I think.
Like, I'm in school.
Yeah, like he'd be like, "Oh guys, look, I'm in school. I'm in school. Look at my ugly outfit. I'm forced to wear this ugly outfit." Like he would specifically like talk about how ugly he looks in the outfit. It would be
How
real
depressed
mean.
he
Like
would
he'd
be.
just like really like cuz like
He'd be
he
mean.
thinks it's funny to hurt people's feelings.
He
So
does.
that's it. We ranked them. This is the scoreboard right now, so we can take a look at them, and I can tell y'all where we're at. So, um, the original series film uniforms got max score total of 20. So, um, actually, you know what? Do you want to tell us? Why don't you tell us about these
I
scores?
did the math.
Yeah, you
So
did the math, so you should be telling us. You did the hard work here.
hopefully I did the math correctly. I think I
I'm
did.
sure you did.
Um, what else? So yeah, TOS films, right? Got a 16, which, you know, 16 out of 20.
It's
Not
not
bad.
bad. That's not bad.
The It's not bad. Ironically enough, the Deep Space Nine Voyager standard uniforms got a 14.
It's surprising because we have to be fair, so we judge it. We have to judge them all on the same thing.
We do. So it's even though we're biased, obviously y'all can tell the Cisco DS9 is our favorite. We have to think critically.
Hmm.
Okay.
So next we had those first contact late
First
DS9.
content, but those scored a 20,
Yes, it did.
right?
Yes, it did. And it wasn't just the Cisco. It was a good intentional costume.
It was a good
Um,
intentional costume. It was.
um,
Enterprise
hmm
got a 12, which makes me a little sad because they're some of my favorites, but I understand.
Well, it's
Sometimes
funny
your
because I'd
favorite
be
doesn't
like,
make the
oh
cut.
man, it's one of the very few ones that I would wear.
Yeah, I would wear
I
it.
wear that a lot. It would just seems like really comfortable. I would like wear it to the store.
I would. With a bonnet, I would look so good. So we have Discovery seasons 1 and 2. Got a 14,
Mm,
which I'm not surprised because we had an outburst, a little bit of a meltdown
yeah.
over copper. Discovery section 31 got a 16,
Well,
which,
yeah.
is pretty good, but,
Hmm.
you know,
They look good.
now we have Discovery season 3, the 32nd century uniform. Remember, we've gone into the future.
Hmm.
And as we said last time, the future is full of pizzazz because I got a 19. It's a very good
It's
uniform.
really high.
It's a really, really high.
And and then a year later they
They redesigned
redesigned
it
the
and
uniforms.
still got a 19. Y'all.
I mean, damn. That's what
Wow.
I have to say to that.
This, you got it.
How often does that happen?
And like the scores were exactly identical and got
Oh
knocked
my
down in
gosh,
the
they
same spot.
are.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Good job.
I thought that was hilarious.
Mm,
So then we go to Strange New Worlds, which got a perfect score.
love it.
Then we go to Starfleet Academy, the cadet duty uniform, that wonderful khaki, got a 16. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we have the Starfleet Academy PT uniform. Again, please give us hoodies.
We want
We
those
love hoodies. We
hoodies.
are size large. Also got a 16. And then the Starfleet Academy Athletics variant, the wonderful bomber jacket, all got a 16, and they all scored low in the exact same spot,
Because
which is
they're
that they're not
new.
recognizable
Yeah, because they're
to,
brand new. But they
right,
all got fives in everything else,
exactly.
which is saying a lot about them.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
And now we go to Lower Decks. It got a 12, which is fine, y'all, for our wonderful cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And Prodigy got an 11.
Which bums me out, but
It
is
does.
right. It
It
bums
is
me
right.
out, but it is right. Like I don't. Prodigy did not get robbed. That was
No,
fair.
it did not. They did not get robbed at all. And I think
So,
this goes to tell you, everyone, that when you're thinking about the making of a show, right? The art of the writing is important. The art of the costume design is also important and has to match the intentionality of that writer's room.
mm-hmm,
And if
mm-hmm.
it doesn't, right? Because Prodigy, well written, well done, but because the intentionality didn't hit with those uniforms, that's why it scored so low. So I think that goes to show you that intentionality in your art makes a huge difference in what it is that you're going to be doing.
Now, next. So, this is what I think we should do. I think we should take everything off of this list that is below a 16. So 15 and down, gone. We don't have any
Yes.
15s. But so that means the Prodigy uniforms are gone. The lower decks uniforms are gone. The Discovery seasons 1 and 2 are gone. The Enterprise jumpsuits and the DS9 Voyager standard uniforms. Those are off. And then everything else is we're gonna put that on the rank board
Next
if
week.
it and that's gonna be the final rank. I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like. It's gonna look like
Mm,
this, and we're gonna judge everything on this
we're
ranking
going to
board
rank
right
them.
here. So you will be able to come back next week. We'll be here to fully judge these uniforms. I got to be honest, I have no idea. I have no idea where we're going to go with this. It's
No,
exciting. It's
there's a lot of close scores here.
mhm. And we're going to have to be really tough.
And we can't average them either because they scored all the same in our last round. So we can't. Like,
So
an average
it's
is
gonna
really
be
not going to
funny.
help.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because that's what we did last time. Is that we had
Right.
that day that one, and then it averaged with the other one, but they all got 20s.
They all got 20.
So
So we can't do that.
we'd have to round. No. So I would do the second. Would we include the second score with the new score that they get, and then that is what their final ranking place will be? Since they all technically tied in round 1, we can't count that.
No, we
So
can't.
if we just count this round and then the next round, and then that is what will determine what. Because there's not enough. They're like, it's funny that the ones that kind of tied were from the same series. So like, it's like the cadet uniforms
Right.
from
And they're
for the
all
they all got 16s, and it was like, oh,
right.
that's so interesting. And then the two Discovery 30-second ones, they both got 19. So it's like, okay, so for the next one, we're gonna have to be a little bit harsher, and we will, because we can be judgy. It's who we are, just
It is who we are.
basically as people. All right, y'all. we're going to say goodbye. Peace and long life. I'm going to take us out. And I'm going to say thank you so much for joining us. Trek Talk is a Calling of Justice production. Special thanks to executive producer Claudia Alick. For more information, check out the show notes on the replay on YouTube. I'm your host, Maiamama. I have been joined with our other hosts, Luticha, André, Doucette. Please come back and check out our links that are also in the show notes, and come back next week so you can find out which uniform is the best, because I know you want to know. Okay, peace and long life. I love you. Bye-bye.